All right, well, hello again, YouTube. AJ Shaver from Shaver Sales here. And before I even start this video, I screwed up on the initial walk around in review on this Halverson HWP 100 TR-H for Honda. My fault, my bad. I'll own it, eat crow, humble pie, whatever you want to call it, it's on me. So I'll admit that up front and first. I was not thrilled at the idea of having to put 13 gallons in this to get it to run, because I'm used to other manufacturers bringing stuff in, pretty much splash gas, turnkey, and go to work. But they do ship internationally. My other manufacturers don't, so I get that now. The part that's on me, I never pulled the owner's manual out of the case here. So if I would have done that, well, first off, I'm a guy, I don't need instructions. Secondly, I'm a firewood guy. I definitely don't read. So that's why we do the videos as an informational piece, because we like pretty pictures and video. So if I would have started where you should, is with the owner's manual, I would have found this. Now I'll come over for the camera to see, and if I can get it to do right here, it says fill and check oil. So that's the key. Now, like the brute force stuff, we put the key over the dipstick just to check the engine oil. But with Halverson, they have this big red tag in the owner's manual. So this is on me. It's my fault for complaining about the oil because I didn't read it first. So, now that we got that out of the way, I really do enjoy this machine. We cut that frozen piece of hickory in the actual first walk around video. That's why I wanted to say it, because I really had a bad taste in my mouth about having to put the 13 gallons in it, but that's my fault. So moving on from that, it's a heck of a little processor. I'm telling you, I love this thing. You can pull it around with the quad, grab the side-by-side, run up into the woods, process what you gotta process, put it, the firewood in the back of the UTV or a little ATV trailer, bring it down to the house, the cabin, wherever you are. I've asked Halverson to make a small little elevator to put underneath the back of this, so when I move the camera around, I'm probably going to put it over here just so you can kind of see the wood pile get reduced and the split pile get larger. I'm hoping I don't have to move it forward. I do have the MT85 with our big bucket on it. If I have to throw the firewood away from the unit. I've never processed a big pile with this yet. It was just the single piece of hickory over there. So we'll see how that goes. I am going to refill, top off the gas over there. We're going to show the hour meter, and I'm going to try to figure out about how much gas we use to work through this pile. So I have a couple of questions that we're going to answer, and just so the channel knows, I don't stage anything. So I brought this over, kind of worked the live deck so it's close to the set of the first log. We'll see if it actually lines everything up. I'm thinking maybe we could pick up two pieces at once versus just one at a time to kind of help with the production speed, but we'll see how that goes. A lot of times when we're doing these one-of-one or first videos, it's literally my first impressions. I don't want to taint the channel and have everything look staged. We'll line things up. I'll prep this. I have no idea if these are too long. I don't know if they're too short. It's just, we're gonna run with it and process some firewood. We will make little pieces out of big pieces by the end of the video. So I have one little tip and trick. It's like literally 20 degrees outside, hence my insulated bibs and my Halverson, winter hat. So let me grab the camera. I'll show you what we did. It's over here on the hydraulic side because I really want to give this thing a good showing right out the gate. And anything hydraulical, you have to give it time to warm up. And so I found a little trick to kind of curve that warm-up time for a bit. So let me show you what we did. So as I was saying earlier, it is 20 degrees. And normally you have to come over to the controls and run everything, let it idle forever. But we found this little cat heater, and all it is, it's a 12-volt plug. I'll show you here. So this is one of the bigger ones. There's 2 heat elements in this one, and we just plug it into a little Generac generator. Now, literally, it's in the 20s. If I can zoom in on this here, and we're sitting probably right around like 75 degrees to start with. So I think we're pretty good as far as temperature, a starting temperature. We'll cycle the saw a couple of times, and the splitter cylinder is all the way back, so all that extra oil is in the tank, because before it was right at the fill line. I made sure I did my little walk around as you're supposed to. This is that safety piece that I was telling you about that will pop out. I'll probably fire this up and show you what that looks like, just as a safety, so you're not cutting into the table. And I have the log deck here slipped in, get out of the shadow, slipped into it so we can get that first log. I'm going to try to go for that piece of black birch as well, just to see if it'll pick it up. I mean, it's a moderately sized cylinder. I won't say it's the biggest one I've ever seen on a log lift, but we'll see what it does. Hopefully it works. Oh, I gotta go get that gas can. I want to fill this up, and then we'll look at the hour meter here just so we know where we're starting from. Turn the key on. There is 1.6 hours on the clock. So we'll see how long it takes to process that pile of wood and how much fuel we use. That is a snazzy little machine, let me tell you. So a couple of times there were definitely some knots on the wood that affected performance. It dropped it down to a 2-way where it got bound up. There was that one piece of hard maple that had 5 different knots in it. Now you have to remember, this as it sits here pictured is $15,500. You know, I forgot to look at the video, but I think that was an hour to process that. I'm gonna say there's a cord in there, so I think it's safe to say this is a 1 cord per hour machine. Now, I mean, like, if you want to get in stupid territory, that's what $150,000 looks like. So if you want to do a full cord in 10 minutes, you can pay for it. But that's pretty awesome. I love this little machine. Oh, the meter. So we were at 1.6, I believe, before. 2.7 is what it reads. So just over an hour, but I can't confirm if that 1.6 was right at the number or not, or if it was ready to turn to 7. We'll call it an hour. And I was pointing at this before because I was racing against the fuel gauge. Look at that. That's what's left in it after an hour. So, I mean, that is a Honda GX 630. I'm gonna say it drinks 1.5 gallons an hour. And a couple of times the wind picked up and I was blowing sawdust everywhere. I really don't think you can ask much more of this machine. I mean, that is a mountain of firewood in an hour. And the best part is, I was standing upright the entire time. I wasn't bent over, bucking up rounds. I wasn't rehandling rounds. Yes, I did have to fight with it a little bit, but as a farmer once told me, if you're not fixing or fighting, you're not living, and this is firewood. Will I have to go back through there and break down some of the big pieces? Yeah, but for a first go around at this, you know, just going through a 4-way wedge, that's an impressive pile of firewood, guys. So yeah, we got it warm enough to even kick on the little oil cooler in here. Oh, and one thing that I was doing, because the cylinder, as the table was going forward, was also splitting through the 4-way. It was also using up some of the tonnage to push this away. So what I ended up doing was I reached over, grabbed the split piece, threw it here at my feet, put my foot against it as a wheel chock to keep it from pushing the machine forward, because that would have messed up how the log lift picked up on the longer runners. The other trick that I did while the video was going, if I ever ran out of splitting tonnage when a piece was jammed, I would grab a little piece like this and I would just kind of put it at the halfway point on the pusher plate. That way the tonnage would just push on this 1/2 coming through, and I could usually, once it started to split, it would continue it through the rest of the way. That way I didn't have to get in there and really mess with it too much, but just kind of put something in there just enough that it would catch, you know, the pusher plate like as a quarter, and put all that tonnage on one piece for going through to free it up to start splitting it. All right, well, we learned some little tips and tricks along the way, but I could not be happier with how this performed. Again, it's a longer video. I'll probably trim this into a couple of shorts, but for $15,000, it's an extra $500 for the adjustable wedge. And I was kind of skeptical at the very beginning whether we really needed the adjustable wedge, but being able just to take this lever and go up and down on the fly was pretty cool. I mean, yes, I did have to clear out underneath the wedge so it would drop down, but it's better than having to walk over and either change out a 2-way to a 4-way or pull a pin to adjust it up or down. I think in the long run, that's a pretty good bang for your buck. You know, just like the big 150, it's getting that grabber arm to just get a finger on the back of that piece of wood so it drops in nice and sweet. I think the 20 horse Honda is definitely the right size for the job. It is on the thirsty side. We probably went through 1.5 gallons over there of gasoline, but for everything this is doing, I know that hydraulic saw runs a lot, and you could definitely tell once this warmed up, the saw really started to go pretty good. Now remember, this is still a 3/8 saw chain and bar on this unit. So if you took, you know, your Stihl chainsaw and you're bucking up 14-inch, 12-inch, 16-inch wood, how long does that take you to go through that? And you did it standing upright, just working this little control right here, just going zing and being done, standing completely upright, not all bent over, not picking up that round and throwing it on the splitter or making a pile. The Halverson units definitely started off our motto with working hard to be lazy. It's because of good hydraulic helpers like this that saved my back. Will I have to go through there and resplit stuff like I said before? Yeah, that's definitely a solid yes. But to go through a 4-way wedge, have it cut to length and done is awesome. Now, I know with like the brute force stuff, Wolf Ridge, Easton Made, Built Right, the other splitters that are out there, I don't know their prices, but I know the brute force price. If I were to do like their, let's even do the entry-level semi-pro. Sorry, like I said in the beginning, I do a lot of this stuff on the fly. I try to do it in one take. So as I'm standing here at the controls, my brains are going as far as what I want to talk about. So if I do a semi-pro splitter from brute force, that's an entry-level splitter. It's $9 grand. Let's just call it for what it is. It's a $9,000 splitter. The entry-level Halverson trailer model, even if you did on a 3-point hitch on the back of your tractor, is like $7,900. You know, I'll go ahead and put the sheet up here on the screen so you can see how these 3 new trailer models would compare from the 3-point to the middle model with the Duro Max gas motor on it, and then this one being the Honda. So if you look here coming down the sheet, that's where the pricing is on this, and they are a standalone trailered unit. You know, at the very beginning of the video, I was curious if we could pick up, you know, 1, maybe 2, possibly 3 logs given the diameter of the size, and it was pretty efficient. I mean, it picked up 3 logs, rolled them up in here. We only had 1 double feed at the very end of the video. I was able to kind of play the controls just to get 1 tip in at a time, and minimal rework. Now, normally if I wasn't doing a video, I wouldn't let this big of a pile happen. I would kind of split through, stop, kind of clean things up, but I wanted to go. I wanted to see how this fuel tank would, you know, suck up at the end of like an hour video. And again, this is a one-off. I had no idea I was going to do that pile in an hour. Well, actually, according to the hour meter, it was 1.1 hours. We went from 1.6 to 2.7 on the meter. So think about what you would do with your traditional big box saw splitter and a chainsaw. I do not think you could do that in an hour's time. I would love to see somebody throw the gauntlet down, time their own run, and see what this is. Now we're gonna go back through here. We'll resplit it. I'll probably throw it into like the either into the bucket, maybe throw it through the brute force and come up the conveyor, but we'll do something. Maybe I'll just throw it loose into the IBC totes now that I've got the pallet forks that rotate upside down for easy dumping. I'll figure that out, but we'll get some kind of a measured quantity out of what this is, just because I want to know what it did in an hour. I'm going to say it's pretty close to a cord. I gave a couple of different walk-arounds of this. That's a big pile. It's probably 12 feet by 10 feet. I stand 6 tall, and it's to my elbows, so it's probably a 4-foot pile. We can do the math on that. But man, I'm really happy. This is pretty cool. My initial thoughts are blown away. Halverson, you make one heck of a product. I cannot recommend this enough. If 15.5 is out of your budget, like I said, there's 2 other models you can run with. But I really think this is going to be hard to beat for the dollar. So if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed the other videos that we do, if I could ask you for your business, we have this handy dandy little 833 splitter number. It kind of helps keep some of the phone call, the spam calls away from my cell phone. But again, if you look down below, it's there. So it's 833 splitter. It's 833-775-4887. You can also email me at sales@shaverequipment.com. This is new enough that I don't have it over on the website yet, but if you want a quote on anything else that we have for sale, just hit that request a quote button, fill out the form. There's even a notes section that you could put, hey, we want more information and pricing on the 100. You could put that in there, I guess. But definitely give me a phone call. We'll build a custom quote with shipping included, right from either us to your door or manufacturer to your door. I have a margin that I work within. I like round numbers, so usually I round down, do a spring special, and get this shipped off to you with minimal ease. And today's a Saturday. We're out here in the wood yard just like you're out in the wood yard doing your own work. You have a problem, when the machine quiets down, I'll answer the phone, call you back, help you troubleshoot something, answer a few questions, do what I can do to earn your business. Just a one-man band. When you call the number, you get me, not some operator somewhere thumbing through a catalog or clicking through a computer screen. So I hope to earn your business. I hope that you like the video. I thoroughly enjoyed doing the video. This one makes me smile. So as I stated earlier, we're working hard to be lazy. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. We're really close to 5,000 subscribers. I hope that you're one of the new members that clicked the button, and we'll catch you next time. We have a lot of new videos rolling out, so stay tuned.